Yeah. Hello everybody, Soundmaster here once again, coming to you from this channel. And guys, like I said, the last time when I was here, I was rolling out this channel and the ideas concerning it, what you're going to be doing more often onto it. And yeah, I delayed on coming back with another content, but yeah, today is the day. We want to do this. We want to bring you something that's going to be profitable to whoever that is in this industry and whoever that has been asking questions, whoever that has been having problems there and there. And yeah, I believe this is now the opportunity for us to be able to dissect this thing and try to understand what needs to be done and what is needed where, and how can we be able to work around whatever that is available. Yeah, guys, and in a nutshell, let me welcome you to my YouTube channel once again. And remember what you need to do. Just press that subscribe button and make sure that you comment, you like, and you share this content immediately after you have watched it, so that you can be able to allow those who are in your circle to see the same content. And yeah, guys, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that every time when you upload any new content, you are notified of it. And yeah, guys, let me welcome you once again to this wonderful channel, and it's gonna be a very good experience. It's gonna be a very good and informative kind of platform concerning the production, more especially to do with the sound, the lighting, videography, visuals, yeah, whatever. And we will make sure that we bring you the right thing at the right time. I believe that you have been waiting for this, and this is the time, guys. And let me say welcome to this major and wonderful experience. Welcome, guys. Yeah, let me just without any further ado, let me welcome you once again and say, guys, today we're gonna be discussing a very simple topic. I call it a simple topic because it's something to do with the pros and cons of what to buy and not what to buy in the sound department, more especially at the church. And I want us to address this issue because I've realized that sometimes we have the kind of budget that is needed to acquire whatever that is of quality, but we fail to buy the things that are of quality, and we always find ourselves having to move to things of low quality. But today I want to discuss a very brief topic with you. It's called quality versus quantity. Yeah, why did I tag this quality versus quantity? It's because I've realized that in more often you find out that churches have decided to move to the quantity than the quality that the church deserves because of one thing. And I believe this one thing is having to say my budget cannot afford what I want, or my budget is lower than the quality that I want to acquire. But here is the secret. You can't buy quality at a go. The secret to it is having to buy it in parts, where you have to buy this and then you wait for a moment where you're still budgeting for the next, and then you can acquire that thing. And today, I want us to discuss this thing, quality versus quantity. One may ask, why quality versus quantity, especially in the church environment? It's because I've realized that, people are failing to differentiate between the two. Here is the thing. when you talk of quantity, you're talking of something that you can easily acquire, something that you don't need to budget for, something that you can wake up in the morning and then you just go to the shop and purchase it and come back, use it. And usually I refer to it as something that can rescue you in a process whereby you are still looking for a bigger budget to acquire the quality, or what we call it as a backup plan, whereby you don't have enough budget but you know there is something that is available of lower quality that can be able to do almost or a small percentage of what the quality can do. And I want us to discuss this thing looking at the factor of the effects of quantity, the advantages of quantity if there are any, and you go into quality, we look at the effects of quality, we look at the advantages of it, and we look at the disadvantages and everything. Yeah, when you talk of quality, of course, obviously you're thinking of a major kind of budget, and you're always focusing on having to acquire some kind of budget so that we can be able to purchase quality. And yeah, of course, quality will give you what you have anticipated, or what you want, or what you once had somewhere, and you want it to be aligned to what you have as an individual or as a church. And yeah, coming to that, guys, here's the issue. I want us to be able at the end of this to be knowing what quality can really work for you, and how quality can really work for you, and how quantity can really take you from here to there, and then it stops functioning, and you are no longer able to continue with it. And I've realized that more often people use quantity more than the required time. It has a limitation, of course. You don't have to treat it as an original thing or as a quality thing. You bought it at a lesser price, knowing that it's something that is not going to take you from here up to a destination that you have expected. And it's not going to take you from the Egypt that you are in to the Canaan that you're looking for, or you want to arrive at. And yeah, in simple terms, guys, let's start this thing by saying this. When you go to a startups church, yeah, I call it startup church because that's where that's the time when everything will be beginning. And when you are there, you realize that there are those that know a little thing, or a little bit about sound, a little bit about videography, a little bit about lighting, and then you combine these pieces. They're bound to give you a moderate or some kind of a lower quality of what you have anticipated on having. And I always believe in having to acquire knowledge in terms of having to ask around, get recommendations from those who are already a level above us, and they've moved miles ahead of us. And I believe with having this or saying this, we need to be able to differentiate between the two. And when you talk of quantity, you're talking of something that can be able to help you. Well, you don't have the budget yet. But here's the issue, guys. With the quantity, you overwork, because it's not going to give you the quality that you want just at a plug and play. You have to work on it, and you have to make sure that you help it. Yeah, that's the word I've been looking for. You need to help the quantity to be able to deliver what is required, or what seems to be closer to the quality that you want. And, and in more often, quantity comes in large numbers, like you acquire them in a large scale, because they need each other to function accordingly. They need each other to function to a level where you can be able to say, but not bad, it's functioning. I'm able to hear audibly, and I'm able to see the clarity. I'm able to hear clarity in it, and you know what, I can be able to work with this. Yeah, and one of the things that you have realized when you have acquired quantity is, you need to be working time and again in terms of having to make sure that nothing has damaged or bent out. You need to be able to reduce your volume levels. You need to, be so careful about it. And you always need to advise on whoever that will be using it, to say, you know what, this is how we use this thing because of the kind of the quality it portrays. And you don't want to find yourself having forgot to be able to advise, and then when you come back you realize that they have bent all your speakers because they didn't know how much capacity or the force it can be able to accommodate. And when you talk of quantity, guys, more especially like I said in the church, that some of the pastors differ, and there are those that project with force. There are those who project at a very minimal kind of projection, and those who are really quiet, and they can, they don't need to be climbing tables or but they just preach at a lower kind of projection. And then you have this kind of pastors who are, they believe in having to punch. They punch the sound. And, and if you're having that pastor, maybe let's say your church has a conference and they have invited that pastor to come preach in your conference. And you don't orientate, and you don't try to get how he preaches, and don't be surprised when the service ends. He has bent your monitors, has bent your front of house and such, because they're used to pumping the sound, and they and the thing is, they usually, when you go to the churches, you find that they have acquired something that can be able to withstand the pressure that they are exerting into the speaker. And you need to be more often orientating, and it's work, and you need more often to be behind the mixer. You are no longer allowing the mixer to play its role, but you are giving the mixer an extra 10% of the 100% it can offer, because you need to work on this audio to be quality, and you are always keen about having to reduce the volume whenever the pastor goes up. You drop in the levels whenever the pastor goes up. You drop in the gains and stuff, because you know what might happen to your speakers. And that's why I'm saying with quantity you really work, and you're always on the desk. You're always like, I hope this doesn't come out like I hear it coming out, and I hope that out of this I'll be able to get the rightful audio. And with quantity, like I said, guys, it's something that cannot take you from A to B without having given you problems along the way. You are always anticipating a problem along the way. Hence why you are always focused on having to get the right kind of orientation on whoever that is going to be using it. And with quantity, guys, you always have to be you always have to be so focused in terms, lest you miss out on some of the things that maybe a certain speaker disconnected or a certain mic has some faults, and then it's outputting a lot of gain or a lot of level more than the required, and then you realize that it burned out your speakers. Yeah, guys. And another thing with it is you can't be free when you're working around quantity. You are always asking yourself, what is going to happen? Is this going to be okay? You're always having that end thought to yourself that, I hope today it becomes fine. I hope today it becomes fine. Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, guys, coming to quality now. In a nutshell, when you talk of quality, you're talking of something that can reduce load on you. On its own, it performs, and it gives you the clarity that you want. It gives you the better kind of reception from whoever that is receiving the end products. They're always happy with whatever that is coming out there. And with the quality, you can always mix and then maybe do something else, and you forget much about having to focus in terms of having to monitor it, and you just come and then you change this and that, and that's it. You don't have to be always having concern on whether this thing will blow up or whatever, because with quality you always have the pros and cons of doing it, and it's never easy to be able to find yourself in frustration because of quality. Quality will really save you time. Quality will really give you what you have anticipated, and quality will always, hear me out, will always give whoever that is receiving the end product a smile all the time, because it's something that you have worked less, but it is giving you more than the required. And with quality, guys, obviously when you talk of quality, you are always focusing on on what we call the price tag. You look at the price tag, and sometimes the price tag is always the one that takes people's focus away from the quality, because they think that they cannot afford it. They think it's something that is of some certain kind of people or some certain level or some certain churches. But here's the thing, guys. Here is how you can be able to work around acquiring quality. And when you talk of quality, you're talking of something that can be able to save you money from buying more often or frequent buying. And with quality, when you look at the quality, this is how you can be able to work around the budget of quality. Let's take a scenario of why now we want to beef up our front of house and our monitors, and we want to acquire quality in all those areas. Here's the thing. We give ourselves time frames in terms of our acquisition of all these things. Here's how we're going to do it. First of all, we're going to be having a plan, let's say a 6 months plan of having to have acquired the front of house that we want, or the monitors that we want. This is how we're going to do it. The first month, we're planning on how we're going to be able to buy this thing, and the budget, we draw up the budget of how we can be able to acquire this thing, and we gather the budget, or we work on having to acquire that budget. And then the next 2 months, what you do, you say, in these 2 months, I'm going to acquire a speaker for the front of house. One speaker for the front of house, one speaker for the monitors. You get what I'm saying? You acquire one speaker for the front of house, one speaker on monitoring. Why do I want you to differentiate, or why do you want to take them in pieces? Is because you can't acquire everything all at once, because it will be costly. In 2 months, you have acquired one front of house speaker, one monitor. And then the next 2 months, you acquire the other side of the front of house, and then the speaker for the other side of the front of house, and another monitor. You know, at the 6th month, you have realized that, okay, I have my speakers, my tops for the front of house, I have my quality monitors on stage. And then, you know, you repeat the same thing. Another 6 months again, you budget on it, and then you say, okay, I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to acquire one speaker. This time around, okay, let's say with the front of house, maybe you acquire the subs. You acquire one sub, one monitor on stage. One sub, one monitor on stage. Or one sub, one bass comp for the bass guy. Or an amp for the electric guitar. Yeah, it's always that easy, guys. And you know, I believe that with quality you can't acquire everything at a go. That's why it's always difficult for you guys to be able to buy the quality that you want, because of one thing: you are always looking for a lump sum budget. Break it down, bring it to a micro kind of budget where you can be able to manage each and everything at a lower scale, and not having to want to acquire everything all at once. You will never make it, and it will be difficult for you, unless, yeah, you some kind of a miracle, you have received some lot of budget from whatever or whoever, and then you can be able to acquire that. But my advice is very simple: break your budget to micro budget, so that you can micromanage it, and you can be able to acquire the quality that you want at that scale. And one of the advices I always give, when you start your budget, first of all, let the pastor's mic be on the list. Acquire a very good microphone for the pastor. Very good. Because they need to be audible. And you know, once you have acquired that very good mic for the pastor, and you are looking roughly at something that will cost you close to 3,000 to 5,000 of your monies, and you know, it's always something that can work wonders for you. And when you're looking into having to acquire it in the international market, you're looking at closely to something that will cost you close to $300 or to $500. That can give you something that is, you know, quality in terms of the level where you at. But when you're looking at something of a higher quality, you're looking close to something that will cost you close to $1,000 going upwards, because there we're talking of something that can be able to give you more than what you have been receiving, or the kind of quality you have been receiving. And you know, guys, when you talk of quality, always, all the time, like I'm saying, all the time, make sure that you acquire these things step by step. Because if you acquire them step by step, or at a budgeted, micromanaged budget, it's easy for you to be able to acquire these things. And yeah, what are the disadvantages of the two, guys? Let's look into the disadvantages of the quantity. Yeah, quantity has a lot of disadvantages. I mentioned them when I talked of it, and a lot of disadvantages that you find on quantity. You know, you find that with quantity, you overwork. With quantity, it's buy and come back. That's the issue with quantity. You buy, use, and then come back again. Go and come back. Yeah, that's the principle. Quantity has a go and come back kind of mentality. Okay, yeah, in continuation. Okay, still there, guys. Like I said, with quality, you know, you're always rest assured of, you will at the end of the day have your smiles, the smiles on those that are receiving the end products. And yeah, with quality, you can't have any kind of pressure. You can't have any kind of complaints and stuff, Yeah, so it's easy, and it's always good to work on micromanaged kind of budget, like I said, to acquire quality. And it's always good to have quality, to work around quality. Quality really saves time, like I said, guys. And yeah, let's try to micromanage our budget so we can be able to acquire the quality that we want. And yeah, and you'll realize that in 2 years time you have already acquired something of a major budget, but you have managed to acquire it because you have decided to micromanage it. Yeah, it becomes that easy, guys. Yeah, because like I said, remember what I said when I started. I said, with quality, you are rest of assured of, you're going to be able to get the output that you have been looking for. With quantity, is a come and go mentality. You buy something, it's a temporary kind of structure, it's a temporary kind of thing. It's there to help you, to take you from point A to point B, and then it has managed to do its job. Now it's time for it to move out, and then it's time now you go back and then buy another one. You always keep on buying. For example, if I give you a scenario now, when you go visit any other churches right now, you realize there's storerooms packed with a lot of speakers that are not functioning, a lot of monitors that are not functioning. Why? Because they have acquired quantity instead of quality. Because with quality, it's the durability is of a high standard. It's so durable and it works wonders for you. And yeah, guys, I believe, with this little kind of information that I shared with you, is going to be helpful to you. And we can now have the light to be able to advise, especially the engineers at church, advise the pastors, advise the church board on having to acquire the rightful things. All right, yeah. Yeah, I believe this has been so helpful to you guys, and I believe we'll continue bringing this kind of content, and we'll continue to work around and remember around this thing to bring some light into this industry. And remember what I said. I told you that we're going to be seeing a lot of practicals here, where you go to the events, we record and we capture all those moments, the behind the scenes of when they start to rig, when they start to do the wiring and everything, and when they take the lights up, those audio visuals, you start seeing them being connected right there. And that is coming, guys, immediately after this lockdown has been eased, and we can be able to see such. And you're gonna be seeing a lot of people here being profiled in this industry. Look out for that, guys, and very soon I'll be coming back to you with an interview or an overview or an autobiography of somebody who is in this industry, trying to document what they do, how they started, and how they managed to arrive where they are right now. And yeah, guys, with this little kind of piece, let me just end it here, and hope to see you next time. And make sure, guys, you subscribe. Like I said, subscribe and share, comment, like, and turn on the notification bell so that every time when we upload this, you are notified of it, guys. And make sure this thing goes to all your friends that needs to hear it. This is in a good cause of helping the church to acquire quality and go to the level of excellence that the church deserves to be at. And yeah, guys, and you know what, thank you for watching this, and see you next time, guys. Bye.